Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's Sunday preview. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Abandoned ship as the Gallowdark falls in Kill Team. Yet more intrepid kill teams head into the Gallowdark for one last adventure in next week's pre-orders. Alongside that, there are vital extras for Adeptus Titanicus, some Bloodbowl star players, and a stack of new books from Black Library. And there's a little video to go along with it, but we'll take a look at the full article. Alright, so Kill Team Gallowfall has arrived. Shed a tear for the Gallowdark. We've reached the final box expansion for this season of Kill Team in Gallowfall, in which a deep space salvage team from the Leagues of Votann battle with a braying band of beastmen for possession of a long-lost Iron King cognitive units. This box set contains parts and rules for both of these kill teams, as well as a set of Gallowdark terrain with exciting new bells and whistles to play 9 new missions. The Felgore Ravagers are bestial abhumans that have come to call the Gallowdark home, creating profane sites of worship around headstones carved from chunks of hull. Unruly masses of flesh, fur, teeth, and horns. Each one is a skilled hunter and depraved killer. Their savagery stands in the way of the calculating technologies might of the Hearthkin Salvagers, who reclaim valuable relics and resources from the dark corners of the cosmos. So here we see the new Kin kill team. And this is just a squad of the Hearthkin warriors with an additional upgrade sprue. But it does have a heavy weapon, little jump backpack, some demo stuff, a couple cool little bits in there. I think it's a little bit underwhelming, but most of the upgrade sprues have been sort of down that path. The Beastmen are an all-new kill team with 10 models who can be built as Felgore warriors or a range of fiendish specialists, including an Ironhorn, a Shaman, a Fluxbray, and more. This kit also includes loads of interchangeable heads and horns for the full custom chaos experience. So I think these models are pretty neat. There's definitely some cool stuff here. We've seen a couple of Beastmen show up recently in the Blackstone Fortress game in the last couple of years. But aside from that, it has been decades since we saw anything like this in 40k. So very cool, definitely neat to have them come back. They were part of the old lore back in the day. And I like the chaotic look that these guys have. I think they're pretty cool. It's hard to kind of get the size comparison as they're typically up against like the Votann in this set, but they do look pretty big and pretty beefy. The Leagues of Votann kill team comprises a set of Hearthkin warriors with an additional sprue for new upgrade components, allowing you to build operatives such as the Cognitor, Lugger, and Jump Pack warriors. So I'm not sure why the text is so out of order on this article, if they just put the pictures in the wrong place or what. The set also contains Kill Team Gallowfall, a 120-page tome containing full rules for using both teams and the new terrain pieces in a set of 9 linked missions. As for terrain, you get a full set of Gallowdark corridors and hatches, plus 18 new pieces including escape pods, autopsy tables, surgical chairs, stasis pods, medical supply tables, and iron lungs. On top of that, there's a double-sided game board and a sheet of Leagues of Votann transfers. So again, the actual terrain is super cool, but if you're like me and you've already picked up any of these box sets, you probably have way too much of it. I do really like all of the accessory stuff that comes in the set. Very cool. Lots of thematic components. I really like the drop pods and stasis chambers, the medical kind of pieces and everything. This would be great for dioramas or customizing your board. And while I do like what this season of Kill Team and the indoor walls and everything brought to the game and the future of Kill Team, reusing 90+% of the terrain in 4 boxes in a row honestly is just a terrible idea and very disappointing on Games Workshop's part. I think they really cut a lot of corners with this, trying to just mass produce the same stuff and push it into every set. And while I do love it and I think it's great terrain, I think it kills their own sales just putting all of the same stuff in multiple boxes, because there's a lot of people like myself that by the time you do this 2, 3, 4 times, we're just not going to buy the boxes anymore. And I think that's a big miss on GW's part. And next we see the Kill Team Exaction Squad. That's right, the Adeptus Arbites get their first standalone release for roughly 2 decades, and the Exaction Squad is unlike its heroes, very flexible. This kit can build Exaction Squad kill team of 10 arbitrators and a loyal RVR Cyber Mastiff, with plenty of specialists trained to track down the Imperium's most wanted. Those who want to bring the law of the battlefields of Warhammer 40,000 can also build a whole Subductor squad, armed with shock mauls and assault shields, or a full Vigilant squad, armed with combat shotguns and heavier weaponry, both of which get RVR Cyber Mastiffs of their own. So GW did release some rules so that you can take these units in 40k. Unfortunately, unless you're magnetizing the arms, you really do have to equip all of your guys either with the shock mauls and assault shields or with like the guns. As where with the kill team, that's not a viable option. So realistically, without kind of proxying, this kill team is actually not viable as you would build it for a kill team in 40k. Very, very cool models though, and definitely glad to see these finally available after the debacle, which was Soulshackle. And here we have the kill zone upgrade Soulshackle. So if you did miss out on the Arbites or this terrain right here, I wouldn't mess around. The Arbites will be a permanent part of the range, but we saw with the previous upgrades from Shadow Vaults, and now I assume it's going to be the same way on Soulshackle, this will be very limited, and once they're gone, they're gone. So add some variety to your kill zone with the Soulshackle upgrade set, which includes 4 breach points with pop-out damage wall action and additional terrain details like Holloweth Dais, auger displays, and hatchway jammers. You can use the upgrades to build your dream kill zone or to augment your boarding action games with a new breaching operations mission found in Arks of Omen the Lion. So there is one important distinction between the Shadow Vaults and Soulshackle terrain. The Shadow Vaults upgrade sprue was just a single sprue and it was $35. This is 2 sprues, so I do expect this to be more expensive. Now I don't think Games Workshop is going to price it at $70 or $35 per sprue, but I would expect it somewhere closer to like $50 or $60. But we'll see. That's just speculation on my part. I just don't expect Games Workshop to still price it at $35, and in this case give you 2 sprues instead of the 1. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Bloodbowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And then we have some Kill Team Felgore Ravager dice. Beseech the Chaos Gods for dark favors and this set of themed Kill Team dice. Cast in black with orange pips and the Felgore Ravager's logo on the 6 face. So it is 15 dice in this set. They have a pretty cool look to them, but we know they're going to be pricey. And next we see a bunch of card packs for Adeptus Titanicus. And let me just go on a quick rant here really quick. Part of the reason that I have been so disenfranchised by Kill Team for this season is they released the Kill Team card pack and it still has not come back in stock. So it's been months and multiple expansions and you still can't get this essential part of the game of Kill Team. And then here we see something that is honestly not very popular at all, getting a bunch of card packs. Obviously a lot of this stuff has been in the works for months or potentially even years, but what the heck is going on here, Games Workshop? The ever useful stratagem cards return in 4 themed decks. Previously available for a limited time only, Loyalist and Traitor Princeps each get a pack of their own handy reference cards, containing 7 stratagems unique to their chosen allegiance, 9 Legion specific cards, and 10 general cards usable by any side. The Defense of Ryza card pack grants access to experimental warfare and tricks and tactics stratagems, alongside 15 Legio Custodes campaign cards usable with the full rules in the campaign compendium. Knight's Household also get their own stratagem cards with the universal Knight stratagems and house-specific options like their larger Legio cousins. And we also see the Open Engine War card pack, so plenty of cards, just not for a Kill Team. Whip up a Titan-sized battle in moments with the Open Engine War card pack. A selection of 50 cards that make setting up your games a doddle. Randomly selected cards give plenty of deployment maps, primary and secondary objectives, and optional planetary effects to ensure no 2 battles are quite alike. And all you'll need is the base Adeptus Titanicus rulebook to use them. And then we've got a couple of new heroes for Bloodbowl, Dribble, and Droll. Leave the opposing team battered and bruised with this pair of low-down, dirty players to add to your Lustrian Super League teams. Dribble and Droll are a pair of infuriatingly sneaky skinks who will work in tandem to tackle and stab their way to victory while dancing beyond reach of reprisal. This pack contains 2 resin models, and these are from Forgeworld. And we also have Withergrasp Double Drool. Another star player, we're salivating at the prospect. And so is Withergrasp Double Drool, a heavily mutated beastman with 2 heads and tentacles aplenty. He employs his God-given gifts in favor of teams, providing difficult to take down and even harder to escape from when they take up resistance on the line of scrimmage. Withergrasp Double Jewel will be available in resin, once again from Forgeworld. And we also see the Great Devourer, the Leviathan Omnibus from Black Library. In the new edition of Warhammer 40,000, High Fleet Leviathan has revealed its full and terrifying extent of its assault on the Galactic West. As the gargantuan jaws of the hive mind close on Imperial Palace, there's no better time to read a collection of stories featuring these ravenous Xenos. This hefty collection will be available in paperback. And we also have Pilgrims of Fire. The Order of our Martyred Lady is filled with the most battle-hungry and renowned warriors across the Adeptus Sororitas. Sisters Heloise and her fellow sororitas will have their faith tested as they follow in the footsteps of the legendary Saint Catherine in a mission fraught with disaster. Justin D. Hill's Pilgrim on Fire is the first story in a series covering the major orders and will be available in hardback, ebook, and audiobook formats. So yeah, big reveal for Kill Team this week. Obviously, Gallowfall getting ready to go up on pre-order, and that will wrap up the indoor season of Kill Team, which is pretty neat and brought the addition of the awesome walls and everything, but definitely was a little bit redundant by the end of the season. I think this was a pretty big missed opportunity as well to kind of usher in a Tyranid versus Squats Kill Team. That would have been absolutely awesome. It would have fit the lore really well. Or potentially they could have just done like more of a Space Hulk style and done Space Marines versus the new Tyranids. I think that was a huge missed opportunity. Maybe the reason they didn't do that is they have like an actual Space Hulk game, probably with these same walls as well, planned for some time in the new edition. And they didn't want to kind of front run their big game Warhammer 40,000 with the little Kill Team or Space Hulk supplement. Just my speculation though, but very cool to see some Beastmen showing up. I do like the unique kill teams and everything like that. It is fun. It is cool. It did feel a little lackluster with a lot of the teams just getting an upgrade sprue. And I can understand if that was your faction, how it could have been a little bit of a letdown. Let me know what you guys think overall. I think for me, the biggest letdown this season was just the redundancy of the actual like wall terrain pieces, and also the fact that they put out the cards. They didn't have nearly enough of them, and they haven't even come back into stock after like 6 months. So always like to hear back from you guys. What are you most excited about? Is anyone still excited about the final installment of Kill Team? Is anybody going to be picking up this box set? I know I'm going to be picking it up, but I'm definitely less excited than I've been along the way. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Make sure to check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I think I'm about ready to come out of the dark. And I'm out of here.